A tragic discovery in the Licking River tonight. Police say a man died after falling into the water. What we've learned about the investigation.
Whatever has been done, I don't know what the effects are.
Dozens of people showed up at a meeting in Powell County tonight with questions about an oily substance that ended up on their homes. But did they receive any answers?
Caught on tape, a thief stealing rocking chairs from the front porch of a Lexington home. And the victim says it's not the first theft there.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. Thanks for watching. While many of us missed the rain, others did see a few showers and storms tonight.
But it looks like another round of heavy rain could fall across much of Kentucky tomorrow. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and your no-wait weather forecast.
Yeah, guys, you mentioned not everybody's seeing the showers and storms earlier. Defender Radar Network was really kind of zeroing in on those teeny tiny showers, putting down a lot of rain in just a few areas. Case in point, look at Franklin County, 2-hour radar loop, and notice how this stuff didn't move very much at all. So parts of Franklin County picking up greater than a ½ inch of rain over the past couple of hours. Let's broaden out the view and let's show you what is getting our attention for the day tomorrow. There is a little spin showing up across western Kentucky right now. Weak area of low pressure that is out here and is going to try to roll its way toward the east. Watch the future radar. Focus on areas from Bowling Green to the west. Look at that timeline, 7 in the morning. See the spin that is showing up here? That is that small scale low pressure center that as the sun comes up tomorrow and starts to heat everything up out there, you're going to see that increasing. Watch that timeline again and notice that spin with some of those showers and thunderstorms that will be rolling slowly to the east. So that means there may be a local flash flood threat that kicks back in for the day tomorrow. We'll have a new rainfall forecast, not only for tomorrow, but into part of the coming weekend when I come back at 11:13.
We will see you then, Chris. Thank you. A day of fishing takes a tragic turn. Tonight, search crews say they found a man dead in the Licking River.
Investigators say the man had been fishing off Abner's Mill Road in Nicholas County, but his wife didn't see him when she went to go check on him. A short time later, search crews found his body in the water. Garrett Weimer's tracking the investigation tonight. It's our top story at 11.
The sheriff says he's heard of people falling off the embankment here, but normally it doesn't end like this.
It's a terrible thing when someone's taken unexpectedly. It just makes it hard on the family.
Sheriff Seidel says a woman got home from work and came out to the Licking River here on Abner's Mill Road to check on her husband, who was down here fishing. All she found is dogs and a fishing pole.
And it's when she discovered the marks where it appeared that he slid over the embankment down into the water.
The sheriff says crews put their boats in the water at the nearest dock here at the Blue Licks State Resort Park, about a mile or so on the river from where they found the man's body. It took crews about an hour and a half to find the body. The sheriff says it wasn't an easy task with the water as high and moving as fast as it was.
We would have loved to have found him hanging on to something and still been alive, but unfortunately it turned out the way it did. But on the other hand, we were able to recover him quick, and it gives the family some closure.
In Nicholas County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
The sheriff says the man was found about 50 yards from where investigators think he fell in.
Now to a developing story that we're tracking for you out of England tonight. Police in London say one person has died and 5 others were injured in a knife attack. It happened in Russell Square, which is in a central part of London. Police say one man was later arrested in the case. They're still trying to figure out what led to the attack, but they say terrorism is a possible motive. 2 days after a lightning strike caused an oily substance to spew from a natural gas substation in Powell County, investigators say they still have unanswered questions. That substance ended up landing on some nearby homes. At an emotional meeting tonight, people in that neighborhood, along with county leaders, said they're tired of waiting for answers. They want to know if the substance is dangerous. Monique Blair has the latest.
Yes or no? Would you come and stay for 2 days and want more housing.
Some tense moments as more than 50 people showed up demanding answers from Kinder Morgan, the company that owns the Tennessee gas pipeline. Kinder Morgan says they believe a mixture of natural gas condensation, compressor oil, and water was what sprayed onto the dozens of homes Monday. Originally, Kinder Morgan said they thought the mixture affected homes within a half-mile radius of the plant, but now they believe the radius could be larger after hearing angry residents say nobody has been out to their home yet.
Actually, we thought coming into this meeting today that we had talked to everybody that had been impacted. So we owe you an apology.
Kinder Morgan representatives say they believe the mixture is one that employees here at the plant deal with on a daily basis. When asked repeatedly whether or not the people who live around the plant should stay somewhere other than their homes, Kinder Morgan representatives responded by saying they have not evacuated this gas pipeline plant at all since the incident happened Monday.
We believe it is safe for our employees at the facility currently.
Kinder Morgan says they will get the sample results back from the third-party lab on Thursday, but until then, they will not be able to definitively say whether or not this oil mixture is dangerous.
If they tell me not to wash off my feet when I walk outside, not to let my dogs go outside to use the bathroom, not to eat out of our gardens or use our water, then that tells me it's unsafe.
I think that the advice that DEP is giving is simply a precaution to all of the area residents. It's always better to be safe than sorry.
In Powell County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Powell County Judge Executive James Anderson plans to hold another forum Friday to discuss the sample results that are expected to be released tomorrow.
We have some new information tonight about the investigation into a body found in a western Kentucky creek. Police say that someone found the man's body inside a toolbox floating in a creek in Grayson County last night. They say at this point they're not sure who the man is or how he died. Police say the toolbox is similar to one you'd find in the back of a truck. People who live nearby say the creek is normally a quiet and secluded area.
It shocks me. It really does. That's why I got my weapons permit. Got it. Carry my pistol or whatever I got to do just to protect my wife and me. That's it.
Police say the body has been taken to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. They say they expect to release more details once that is finished.
Police have arrested a worker at a central Kentucky jail after they say she admitted having sex with an inmate. Daphne Kelly is a pretrial officer who has an office at the Clark County Detention Center. They say she had sex with inmate James Bussell while he was on work release from the jail. Police say the two would meet at a friend's house on Ashland Avenue. Investigators tell us the relationship had been going on for months.
She claimed that she had known him prior to his incarceration and that they struck the relationship back up once he was incarcerated here.
Police charged Kelly with third-degree rape because in her position as a pretrial officer, she had authority over Bussell. Kelly is now at the Woodford County Jail, and police say she has resigned her position. Police charge Bussell with escape. He's also facing a promoting contraband charge because police say he had a cell phone that he used to contact Kelly. A theft at a Lexington home caught on tape. A man stole a couple of rocking chairs right off the front porch.
This is really clear video we have. It happened at a home on West 3rd Street, but a surveillance camera there was rolling the entire time. New at 11, Sabira Rayford shows us the video and talks to the victim of the theft.
Carry them down one at a time and put them up in his truck.
Gregory Clark says a few weeks ago he woke up to some strange news.
The lady who was staying here texted me on Sunday morning and said, hey, I think somebody stole your chairs.
Clark says he has security cameras on his property, and when he checked the footage, he was shocked. Police say around 5 in the morning, a man came onto Clark's porch and stole both of his chairs. Clark says the weirdest part is that the thief loaded up both chairs in a truck parked right outside the home.
It was kind of bizarre. I mean, there were only 2 chairs, but they were just the fact of the matter. There's nothing worse than a thief.
Clark says this isn't the first time someone has stolen something off of his property. He says not too long ago, someone walked around the back of his house and stole his bike.
I had it chained up there and was horrified.
He says he thinks the 2 thefts might be related, but for now, he's not letting it get him down.
I'm not going to let it get to me. No, not at all. Not a lot bothers me. So just the fact that he was so brazen, you know, that's all that bothers me, you know, so. Could have been a lot worse.
In Lexington, Sabira Rayford, WKYT.
So far, police have not made any arrests. You can watch the entire surveillance video on our website. Go to WKYT.com.
As more Republicans are showing support for Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump says reports that his campaign is in chaos are not true. The update in 9 minutes.
But first, flash flooding last week, leaving some roads in Madison County damaged, and crews still trying to clean up the mess.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
The month of August and fogs to start the day, well, those kind of go hand in hand. A lot of the old-timers say you count the amount of foggy mornings in August. That's how many snows you're going to get later on in the wintertime. Well, if that's the case, right now we are 3 for 3 and getting ready to add to that over the next several days with more foggy mornings out there. Let's look outside, see what is going on. And I mentioned that we are ready to make it 3 for 3. We look at that forecast into the day tomorrow. We've got fog in the morning, again, that can be locally dense. This morning, visibility at some point was under 1/4 of a mile in Lexington. May not be as thick in the morning. You get near those waterways, though, and look out. Fog will be quite thick for the trip into work and now for some of us into school. Rainfall today. It was isolated, but it was out there, and in a couple of spots, it was really putting it down. Radar estimates greater than an inch in a few spots across parts of central and eastern Kentucky. Other areas, forget about it. Didn't pick up a drop. Defender Radar Network late this evening. Nothing that is going on out there. Little area of low pressure that is spinning near Paducah, and it is a teeny tiny low. A mesolow basically is what we're talking about. Look at the future radar, and I've centered it a little farther to the west. Look at this, 7 in the morning. See the spin that is showing up with that? So by 11 in the morning, that heavy rain shield is right on top of Interstate 65. This model has the best vision of any computer model that's out there. And that's what we're giving you right now. So it's the highest resolution. That means it has, at least it thinks it has the best vision of the storms that may be coming through across southern and southeastern Kentucky tomorrow. Local flash flood threat. I don't know that this is going to be anything widespread, but it doesn't take much, as we found out a few days ago, to create some hot spots of flooding into central and eastern Kentucky. Greatest risk for that tomorrow afternoon and evening will be for the areas we've highlighted in red across southern and southeastern Kentucky. Farther to the north, yeah, not so much. Hour-by-hour forecast. This is a different computer model. It does not have the best vision, similar to that short-range model we were looking at that only goes out for 12 hours. This has the theme of the day, okay. But then look what happens tomorrow around 5 o'clock. Notice how it has the rain here. Now let me hit the fast-forward button. All of a sudden that goes away. Why? Just on the edge of your screen down here, we talked about this yesterday, it's getting some feedback issues, so it's trying to bullseye this little convective or thunderstorm into Tennessee that is just throwing the rest of that run totally off. So that's why I don't trust computer models very much. We go into the day on Friday, still the threat for a shower or thunderstorm. It is steamy outside of any boomer. Then as we go into late Friday and into Saturday, cold front is marching its way in here with the potential for showers and thunderstorms. We may have to up those chances a little more on Saturday now. And watch tomorrow, any storm that goes up may put down some very heavy rains, especially across the southern half of the area. But with the wet ground, guys, anyone that gets under a heavy rain producing shower or thunderstorm can see some local high water. We'll be on guard for that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's certainly not going to take much, that's for sure.
That's right.
Chris, thank you.
And on that note, we have an update tonight on some roads damaged by flash flooding last week in Madison County. Madison County Emergency Management says Crutcher Pike has reopened, but the road is still a little rough. High water washed away some of the pavement last Friday. Emergency managers say the Maple Grove Road Bridge near Tates Creek Road, again in Madison County, is still closed tonight. They're waiting for an inspector to check it out.
Dozens of people have camped outside a new Central Kentucky restaurant hours before it opens. The reason why in 8 minutes. Tonight, a new Fox News poll shows Hillary Clinton with a 10-point lead over Donald Trump in the race for the White House.
There are rumors of tension within the Trump campaign, but the Republican presidential nominee is dismissing that. Craig Boswell has the latest from the campaign trail.
People close to Donald Trump say his campaign is in chaos, but the GOP nominee insists everything is okay.
The campaign is doing really well. It's never been so well united.
But on Wednesday, Trump's own running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, split from Trump and endorsed House Speaker Paul Ryan.
I'm strongly support Paul Ryan, strongly endorse his reelection.
Trump's rhetoric, including comments about the family of a fallen Muslim American war hero, has some allies concerned. Newt Gingrich told CBS News Trump is making himself unacceptable next to Hillary Clinton and has to become more disciplined or he runs the real risk of losing this election. Some prominent Republicans, like former Hewlett-Packard CEO Meg Whitman, have defected. She announced on Facebook she will raise money to help elect Clinton. Gingrich is downplaying talk of a possible intervention, telling CBS News the idea that an intervention would work on a 70-year-old billionaire confident in his ways is ridiculous. Clinton toured a tie factory in Colorado, questioning why Trump brand ties are manufactured overseas.
If he wants to make America great again, he should start by making things in America.
The Clinton campaign has had its own challenges this week. Several party officials resigned over an email hacking controversy. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
And President Obama urging Republicans to abandon Trump during remarks at the White House today. House Speaker Paul Ryan and Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker said they would not appear with Trump at an event in Green Bay on Friday.
A man accused of killing a northern Kentucky couple answered to the charges against him today. Greg Pennington pled not guilty to murder, robbery, and evidence tampering, among other charges in Washington County. Police say he killed Robert Jones and Crystal Warner last month. Police have not found their bodies, but say the couple was last seen alive in Washington County. Pennington's attorney told the judge the defense would need at least 9 months to prepare before a trial. New tonight, police in Grant County have arrested a man they say broke into a daycare twice. The Grant County Sheriff's Office arrested 24-year-old Du after they say he broke into the Kitty College daycare in Crediton on Saturday. They also think he broke into the same daycare a few days earlier. Investigators haven't said what was stolen from the daycare, but he has been charged with 2 counts of burglary.
New tonight, police say a shoplifting suspect pulled a knife on employees at an eastern Kentucky Walmart. Police say Scotty Napier was caught trying to steal some household items at the Walmart in Harlan last night. Walmart employees stopped him, but when they told him police were on the way, investigators say Napier pulled out the knife. Employees say they felt threatened, and police say Napier then ran out the front door. Police say they chased him for hours before a tip led them to him this morning. Napier has been charged with robbery, and police say he was also wanted on a larceny charge out of Virginia.
Dozens of people are spending the night outside a new restaurant in Frankfort, hoping to receive free food for a year. Chick-fil-A opens at 6 tomorrow morning in Frankfort, and the first 100 people in line will receive 1 free meal a week for a year. At last check, about 80 people were already in line. They passed the time tonight by playing volleyball and dancing. Chris Bailey says they probably just got a shower a little while ago. So long night for those folks.
Line dancing, okay. Whatever gets you through the night, right, at Chick-fil-A. The Cats reporting for camp tomorrow, Rob.
Well, that's right. Practice will be getting started. What will make the difference in the close games? And Karl Towns on winning Rookie of the Year in the NBA. Did he expect to do what he did? Sports is next. Karl Anthony Towns worked hard when he was at Kentucky, so hard he turned himself into the #1 pick in the draft. And Towns worked hard going into the NBA, so hard he earned Rookie of the Year honors. Karl was back in Lexington today for John Calipari's pro camp, and he said his first year success in the league was no surprise to him.
I knew what I did in those hours when people were asleep. I knew what I did when those people were eating dinner where I was. You know, I understood the amount of work I put into my craft. I trusted it. I had no thoughts of anything else I could have done better. I felt that I gave every single ounce of sweat, effort, and just every single part of me to the off season, coming into my rookie season.
Now, talk about putting in the work. This is a video put out by Kentucky Wildcats TV as the Cats put in a late-night workout at 11 o'clock at Memorial Coliseum. The freshmen getting after it. Bam Adebayo there, De'Aaron Fox. The whole idea, of course, is to get in the best shape possible in preparation for the upcoming season. On to football, and the Wildcats report to campus tomorrow, where they will be fitted for equipment and settle into that new training facility. And then on Friday, media day for Mark Stoops and his team. That's when we can expect to hear more from Stoops on this team's need to increase capacity. That's this year's new buzzword. Stoops says the Cats need to train longer and harder in order to win close ball games this coming season.
That'll be the difference in close game. Our league is by far the closest league with points per game that determines the outcome, except for the NFL. And we know the parity that's in the NFL, but there's also a lot of parity in this league. And we've won some close games and we've lost some close games, and we've got to increase that margin so we don't always have to play perfect.
Madison Central begins its third season under coach Mark Centers with hopes of having its best season in years. The Indians have improved each year under Centers, going 3-8 his first season to 2-5 last year. Centers says his program is headed in the right direction.
You know, change never comes as quickly as we want it to come, and you know, you kind of have to pace, and we certainly want to be building this program for the future, and that's what we said we were going to do when we came in, is try to get the program on solid footing for the long haul. And I would say that we're on course.
I've seen improvement throughout the years. It's gotten a lot better this year, right where it needs to be. Like, we're making plays downfield that we wouldn't make last year. We have people that actually want to make the plays this year too, downfield, and it'll just all come together.
And we'll be right back.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is less than a minute away here on WKYT. Tonight's guests include John Cena and Aaron Neville.
And more rain on the way.
Yeah,
big surprise.
Yeah, low pressure Western Kentucky right now does not have very much with it at all. But look at the future radar and watch Western Kentucky and notice that spin through 5, 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Heavy rain into Western Kentucky. We'll try to get into parts of Central and Southern Kentucky toward the middle of the day. We'll keep a very close eye on that. We are waterlogged basically across the entire region.
We're thinking about all those people waiting outside Chick-fil-A in Frankfort tonight that may be in that rain in the morning.
They got rain earlier today.
Hang in there.